So first off, the sound format that you're going to need is a .ogg file. So if you have any other file, you're going to have to convert down to that. There's many ways of doing that. I have Audacity myself, the program Audacity, and then I just export as OGG from any format, and it works just fine. Now, that sound file obviously has to be in somewhere in your mods folder. So mine is just mod main and then SND for sound, and then I store all my sounds usually in that folder. First, to define where you want a sound to be played, if you want it to be played in a certain location. So what I've done here is gone and put an object in the map, and then I put a little light node just above it, as a position of where I want the sound to play. I could use the model itself, grab its position, but I like using other nodes and stuff like that. I could use a location node, but I fancy light nodes because they always move with the object, and they're just much easier to use and control in my opinion. So it's just personal. You can go ahead and use location nodes or the model itself. What I've done is I'm finding the light, which is tag play sound here. Go back to the map and you'll see it's tag play sound here. And then just POS is grabbing the light position or transform, and the position table in that transform. So, and in the tick function, if input pressed E, then, so that means if anytime I press the E key on my keyboard, then it's gonna play a sound. And the correct way to do that is more than one way. So what I have here is the play sound function. That will play a sound once, depending on the condition. If the condition is true for a long time, it'll play that sound every tick. Otherwise it won't. And my condition is only when pressing the E key, so it won't spam sounds. So anyway, play sound, and then I have load sound. Now typically what you want to do is actually put it up here, and then put your sound file path there. But in this little example case, I can just do load sound right there in the play sound line. And then pick up the OGG is the one that I'm using. Now this is one of the game sounds, so it actually comes with the game, and that's why I don't have to define the exact file path for it, because its default search is in the data folder for Teardown. And this one is called pickup.ogg. You'll know what it is when I play it. So it's gonna play sound, load sound, pickup.ogg. It's gonna play that sound at POS, which is where the light the lights transform is, and then a volume of 1. This number here is the volume. So let's go ahead and see what that does in game. I'm just going to go ahead and play. And I'm going to go ahead and press E. And if you hear that little noise, it is playing what I told it to play. That is pickup.ogg. Now if I stand back a bit, it's quieter. And I can walk forward and it becomes louder because it's playing right above that. It's also directional. I don't know if my video will play it, but there's to the left and then to the right. So that's play sound. Now what I can do is also play loop. And what I'm going to do is do input down instead. And I'll show you what happens there. So I am holding down the E key, and it is playing that sound in a loop over and over again while the E key is pressed. I let go of the E key and it's not playing because I've only told it to play when the E key is held down. Now if I did pressed, oops, didn't mean to do that. You can only hear a slight little frame of sound because it's only when the key is pressed, and that's only for one frame, one tick. So that's why I used input down there. And that is loops and sounds.